Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Housecall Pro's October 2025 product release. We're so excited to have you here with us today. Chris and I will be your hosts for the hour. My name is Rachel Bowman.
And I'm Chris Nordenson. At Housecall Pro, everything we do is built around one simple mission: to champion the trades. This year's theme is Built for Momentum, and you'll see that thread woven through every new product and feature we share with you today. We believe you can keep all that said momentum from the busy season, roll it right through fall, and rock well into the new year.
We'll be joined by super pros who have tested these very new and updated features in the real world. They'll share their experiences and how they got the most out of each. We'll also have some of our product team on hand to walk you through each update and give you an idea of how they can work for your business.
We'll also have a total of 6 quick demos, followed by feedback from pros like you, and a Q&A with questions pulled from the active chat we have going here that's being monitored by our community team.
Here's a sneak peek at the updates we'll be sharing with you today. First, Sunny will explain our exciting new Blue-On integration. Our HVAC pros are ready for this one. And then Andre will look at even smarter updates to CSRAI that we'll be officially releasing in November.
That's right. And after that, Jillian will reveal the all-new global chat feature. This one has a bunch of pros talking. Then Christine will share the updates to the accounting tasks, commissions, and time tracking and payroll. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
And finally, to wrap us up, Katie is going to walk us through leads and our new postcard experience. At the conclusion of our demos, we'll hear from our two favorite super pros, Tyler and Amy.
Pros, I know we say this all the time, but we love hearing from you. We're here doing what we do day in and day out for you. And as a member of the community team, I can tell you what you say really does go. You tell us what works and you tell us what doesn't. You tell us what you need, and our team gets to work on it.
And we appreciate you being here today to check out what we've been up to. Now, without further ado, let's please, we're going to go through our first demos. Sunny will walk you through our Blue-On integration. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this one, so welcome, Sunny.
Thanks, Rachel. We're really happy to be partnering with Blue-On. Blue-On has access to 20 million models and 200 brands for HVAC pros. You'll have access to model specs, manuals, and part replacement options. And Master Mechanic, their Master Mechanic AI, is trained on 135,000 support calls. You'll be saving hours from your research for your equipment. All right, let me pull up the demo. This is a live demo that I'll be showcasing on my phone. So if you look here, I'm on an estimate right now. And at the very bottom, available to all HVAC pros for Housecall Pro today, we have HVAC tools by Blue-On, and you can scan your nameplate or search. So as many of you may have, you might have a ton of photos of previous nameplates. So I'm going to upload a photo here and let it scan. All right, as it scans, it's going to grab all of the information. And you can see this is a pretty blurry photo. This is not the best photo that I've ever taken of a nameplate, and I'm sure you've taken not best photos either, but Blue-On can handle it. Blue-On can handle any kind of messy photo that you have of a nameplate. One of the most amazing things here, once you pull up the information, is it'll automatically pull up the warranty information for you. That's incredibly useful and handy for you as a pro. And look at all these model specs available. So if I click here and select that model that it looked up, you can get even more information. All the parts, all the replacement parts, the manuals related to the equipment, and have it load. Tons of information, tons and tons of information, and you'll have it at your fingertips in the Housecall Pro app now. So one of the great things that we added recently is the ability to add to property profile. So with a single click, you'll be able to add this and have this saved in your job or estimate. So now you can always go back to your property profile to reference all the information from Blue-On. So if I click this View in Blue-On button, one last thing that I want to show is the Master Mechanic AI. It can handle any question that you throw at it. I'm not an HVAC tech, so I can't ask the most sophisticated questions, but I'm sure you can. So I'm excited for you guys to try it out and try to trip up the AI. And I guarantee you that it'll surprise you on how well it'll be able to answer your questions. All right, Thanks so much for allowing me to showcase Bluon. Rachel, back to you.
Thanks, Sunny. The Bluon integration is going to save our HVAC pros so much time. No more endless searching and guesswork. That is really a fun one. Andre, are you ready to talk CSR AI? I think he's ready. All right, here is Andre.
Thank you, Rachel. Hey, everyone. I'm Andre Ottoni, product manager here at Housecall Pro. And today I'm happy to introduce you to a couple of the most exciting updates for CSR AI, which are designed to keep you, to give you control and keep your business responsive 24/7, even when you're off the clock. So in here, I have the first one. I'll start with CSR AI settings. So you would basically access that if you have CSR through going to your settings, teams and permissions, and then you have this CSR entry point here. Your settings is your new hub for defining how CSR interacts with your customers. And here you can update the actions that CSR can take during interactions, such as booking jobs, sending the online booking link, rescheduling, canceling. You can also have the visibility. You can define the escalation rules here. So that's basically where the calls should route if your customers are trying to speak to a human, or you can also define that CSR should just politely end the call and just send you notes after the fact. You can also have visibility and quick access to the data that CSR has access about your company, such as business hours, company description, available services, customer intake, FAQs, and more. And then CSR settings, you can also customize how your CSR talks about pricing. So like if it can share pricing information during the call, you can also customize from various different voices and tones that CSR offers, and you can actually play them here, different voices and tones, and then you can also define the background noise of your agent on the phone experience, and even script customization. So that is it for CSR AI settings. This feature is in alpha, and it's coming up to a larger number of pros shortly. The other feature that I would like to share today is the CSR AI chat in your website. So basically, this feature is this skill just instantly responds to any website message on your website, day or night, weekends, and after hours. So let's say a customer sends a message on Sunday or 8:30 p.m. CSR would greet that customer, and then so yeah, like CSR is going to not only reply immediately, decreasing the time your customers are waiting, but it's going to greet your customer, handle questions, collect job details, and provide professional standard customer service. At the end of the conversation, CSR will basically add that to your inbox. And if you need, if the customer needs assistance, if they're asking for a human, you can actually, CSR is actually going to invite you to the chat and notify you right away so you can help that customer. All right, so when CSR ends that conversation with that customer, the chat is going to be added here, and then you would get a summary. So you get invited to the chat right away. You can also see the history of the conversation here, but CSR also summarizes it for you. So yeah, with CSR AI, let me stop sharing here. So with CSR AI settings and chat answering, your CSR member is smarter, more customizable, and always on, and it's now across phone and chat. So this means that you have more control. Your customers always get a fast professional response, no matter what channel they come through, and your business is always winning jobs, even after hours and weekends. Both features are in alpha right now with a handful of pros on them, chat with a few more, but will soon be available for more audiences. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.
So that's just one series of CSR AI updates. We're committed to staying ahead of the curve and leading the way with AI to help you save time and effort. Look for even more to come. Thanks, Andre. Now, if you help me welcome Jillian as she covers another huge time saver and key to even smoother communication, global chat. Welcome, Jillian.
Rachel, happy to be here. Hello, everyone. I am the product manager for all things Inbox, and I'm excited to share with you an update that we've been working on for quite a while called Global Chat. With Global Chat, your inbox is now accessible from anywhere in Housecall Pro. You can message your team, customers, or even the AI team all in one place without ever leaving what you're working on. Let me share my screen. Okay, so before this update, you could access your inbox through the top menu by clicking Inbox. This is where all of your chats with your customers, employees, and job inbox leads lived. But now you have a new location with even faster access. This icon in the bottom right opens up your inbox right on the page you're on, so no need to navigate away. It opens this right rail, and you'll notice that AI team is pinned right at the top for easy access. You'll also be able to access Housecall Pro support at the top as well. You can filter by employees, customers, or your job inbox, and you can also filter down to just your unread messages. Let's go ahead and start a conversation with the AI team. I'm going to ask it, how do I access employee chats? And then it's going to generate a response for me. Once it's generated, it'll say done and then load the new message. And now I'm having a conversation with Help AI. You can also create a brand new chat directly from the right rail by clicking this compose icon. I'm going to start a message with Rachel and say hello. I can spell it right. And now I'm having that conversation right in the right rail. If I want, I can pop out these conversations and manage multiple conversations at once. If I open too many for the screen, they will show in an overflow icon on the bottom left. In the chat window itself, I can manage my members. I can also access the customer's profile. If I have voice, I can go and call the customer, minimize, and then also close these chats. This makes it super easy to multitask. You can check a job, send an update, and reply to a customer all at the same time. And the best part is the chat isn't getting in your way. You can also open and close this at any time, and it won't cover up your screen, so you can keep working while staying connected. With Global Chat, you now have a seamless all-in-one communication hub built right into Housecall Pro. No more switching between apps or missing messages. Stay organized, respond faster, and deliver a smoother experience to your customers, all while keeping your team in sync. Thank you.
Communication is such a vital part of the customer experience. Thank you for that, Jillian. Global Chat makes keeping up with customer needs even more simple. Now we're going to hear from Christine on updates to accounting tasks, commissions, and time tracking and payroll. Christine, welcome.
Thank you. Very excited to show a couple of new features across BizSol. Let me just get the right window here. So I'll go ahead and start with some updates to our accounting tasks process. So we've heard some feedback around this feature, and in trying to make this a little bit simpler for you as you are going about your day and keeping your bookkeeper unblocked, we have made some updates to the quick actions. So if I'm answering a question from my bookkeeper, say they've got 3 transactions that they've flagged for me to confirm, I can quickly say, for this Zelle payment, this is actually one of my subcontractors, select that, confirm, and it goes away. I can also type my own if I need to. So for this one, if it's fuel and gas, I can just confirm that quickly. And so the idea behind this is we don't want you to be spending a ton of time, working with your bookkeeper, helping them to confirm transactions so they can keep your books up to date. And so with these changes, you should be able to get in here, spend 5 minutes on this or less, and go about your day. You will also receive less of these as you complete them. Your bookkeeper will learn more about you and your business. Again, freeing you up to move on with your day. Next thing that I will run through is our new commissions feature. So this is something that we've been hearing a lot about on the Facebook groups, and I'm excited to show this feature that is coming soon. We are fixing to roll this out to a beta test group later this month. So first thing that I'll show is where you kind of set which line item is commissionable has not changed. So that checkbox is here, whereas before you would assign people directly to the line items. Now all of your commissions work is kind of centralized in one spot down here. First big change that we're making is that you can set your commissions based on revenue or gross profit. So what that means is you can either take it from top line revenue, you're paying your team commissions on that, or you can remove all of the costs and expenses first and then pay them commission on what is left. So that is a big change that has been requested that will be going out in this new release. The other thing that we've changed is we have separated the two revenue pools or profit pools, depending on how you calculate it, both with sellers. So those you want to pay commission total for selling the product, and then those that worked the job itself. So maybe, performance pay, you're paying them based on that. So for your sellers, you will add them here, and then it'll automatically assign them to all of the line items. If you want to change those, you can, choose a drop down. Maybe they just sold, one line item of the ones on the job. And then for your commissions, performance pay for those who actually work the job, you'll have the option to pay this out as you have in the past. So where it automatically assigns the worker to all line items, or you can select, a subset of line items. Maybe Nikki is a trainee, she doesn't get commission for this work. You can then remove her from all line items and just split it between Isabel and Lainey. We've also introduced more flexibility where, say, on this version, you're paying 5% on $500, the job total across all three. But say you actually want to split that $500 evenly across the three workers, you have the option to do that with this manual split. Again, if Nikki is a trainee and you don't want to split this evenly with her, you can set that to 0% and then change these to 50-50. That will then take the remainder. So, 166 across these three, multiply it by their rate to give you that total. Last thing I'll highlight here is that if none of that works for you, you still have the ability to do this manually. So if I want to pay, $10.50 across all three, I can manually override all of this and just type that in manually. So a lot of flexibility, and very excited to be releasing this later on this month. And then last thing that I'll highlight is that another piece of feedback that we heard was that the reporting didn't quite work when it came to paying out employees, where it was showing the total was at the job level. So you'll still kind of have that job level total to show the commission that was paid on that entire job. But the thing that will help you with running payroll is that now you'll be able to see it at a team member level for each job. So you can see the total commission that was paid on that job to each person. And then the next evolution that will be coming in the new year is that this will automatically sync to payroll. So you can kind of set some rules on, I don't want to pay commissions until the job is paid, setting up those rules, and then it'll automatically flow into Housecall Pro payroll if you have that set up. And then if you don't have it set up, you can always export to do this manually with the payroll provider of your choice. Okay, next I will jump into time tracking. So if you've been using time tracking today, you will continue to be able to use time tracking. But what I'm going to preview today is an enhancement to time tracking that we're first going to roll out to our Payroll Advanced and Advanced Plus users. And then some of these features will then be available to all pros who are using time tracking today, with kind of the exception of this seamless payroll integration, because of course you'll need Housecall Pro integration to use that. But I'll go ahead and jump in so you can see what I mean. So for time tracking, we have made some updates to make it easier to view how many total hours you have for a given time period, what falls into kind of regular hours, overtime, double overtime. Okay, from here, I can jump into any employee's timesheet. I can see their total hours, regular hours, overtime hours, and just kind of a breakdown of what happened throughout that week. One thing that is available to Payroll Advanced and Advanced Plus users today is their overtime settings. And I'm just going to preview this because this is something that we've gotten a ton of feedback on from all pros that will be available in the coming year once we roll this out to all pros and not just payroll. In this, you will now have access to overtime settings. So this will allow you to define your work week, set how many when overtime applies, so after how many hours per week. And if you're not sure of your federal or state rules, you can always take a look here to make sure you're compliant. Same thing with 7th consecutive day overtime. There are a few states that require this. And then you can also add daily rules. So overtime rules applying after 8 hours is what I have set. And then I can also do double time after 14 hours in a given day. So yes, this is kind of a quick overview of time tracking. There will be more to come here, but starting to roll this out to our Payroll Advanced and Advanced Plus users. We've actually already started rolling that out. I think 20% of you have it today, and working our way towards 100% before the end of the year. Thanks.
Thank you, Christine. There's a lot to be excited about. New tools from accounting to commissions and time tracking to payroll. Be sure to check them all out. Okay, and now to round out the demo portion of our day here, Katie is going to talk about leads, and postcards. Over to you, Katie.
Thanks. Thanks, Rachel. Hello, everyone. I'm the Group Product Designer for Revenue Features, and I'm excited to share with you 2 new updates, one for leads and one for postcards. Let's take a look at one of our most exciting updates first. Leads are now available to all pros, not just pipeline add-on pros. This means anyone can now create, track, and manage potential jobs directly in Housecall Pro, helping you to stay organized and win more work. You'll start seeing this show up into your account over the next few weeks, and let's dive into what that will look like. All right, so starting here in my account, you can now find leads in 2 places. In the job inbox, where incoming leads appear automatically, or from the customer section where there's now a dedicated leads tab. So from customers, we're going to go to leads, and this is now a centralized view to make it easy to see all your potential jobs in one place. Creating a lead is also very simple. From our new button, you can now select lead from the dropdown. From here, you can enter customer details, whether it's a new customer or an existing customer. Capture all of their information, the type of work that they're looking for, and put all contact info and job types and any notes into one place. It's everything you need to follow up on later. Once a lead is created, it will automatically open, and you can always add info and details right in this page. You'll see, again, the customer information, job notes, and any updates related to that lead. You can also add any new info you have on the lead, helping you to stay on top of every opportunity. When a new lead comes in from some of our job inbox partners or from our lead form, you can simply tap into your job inbox and see the list of partners and leads coming in from your lead form right in this view. When leads come in, you'll see all the information in one place. You'll get what you need to know, any previous interactions, all in one place. With leads now available to all pros, it's easier than ever to stay organized, follow up with potential customers, and win more work without ever having to leave Housecall Pro. This feature gives you a clear view of new opportunities right inside Housecall Pro, helping you to grow your business with confidence and ease. We also have some great new options for nurturing your leads, staying in touch with customers, and generating new business with postcards. In our marketing center, in the same place that you send your email and SMS campaigns, you can also now send postcards. Our postcards features have gotten some big upgrades with user-friendly experience, new templates, and the ability to send postcards to prospects, not just customers. You can send one-time campaign blasts to wish your customers happy holidays, remind customers to sign up for routine maintenance, or advertise a new special. You can set up automated postcard campaigns to send after estimates or jobs are completed. And the feature we're most excited about is our new neighborhood postcards. With neighborhood postcards, you can generate new business by sending postcards to zip codes and demographic info like income, type of house or home, and length of residence. So in this example, I am going to target a particular area of Denver and focus on single family homes. So I'll enter the zip codes I want to target, and I can add demographics. So for this one, I'm going to focus on the unit size, and I want single family. And this looks good. I can go to my next screen. And here it's loading the potential prospects that meet my criteria. So from what I have listed that I want to send out, I have over 16,000 potential prospects. For this campaign though, I think I will start a little bit smaller than that, about 1,000 postcards to send out. And now it's time to get creative. So we can choose from a whole library of pre-built templates. There is also the option to upload your own designs. But for this one, I think we really want to focus on our plumbing services. So let's, again, kind of use that Write It For Me. We're trying to get new customers for our plumbing services. Yeah. Again, I'm not a marketing pro, but it's not a problem. I can use my marketing AI team member to help me create the perfect message to help me drive business. This looks great. From here, I can really see what that will look like. I can even add some additional variables. Let's say I want to include our website as well to make sure that customers can find us an online book with us. All right, once that's all done, let's preview the final product. All right, so I can double check my targeting. I can double check my final costs. And then when I'm feeling confident, I can go ahead and send this campaign. The postcards will be printed and mailed out to these prospects or customers within days. Looks great. Awesome. That was just one way to send postcards. Check out your marketing center to explore all the new postcard options along with our existing email and SMS campaigns. Thanks for following along. Back to you, Rachel.
Thank you, Katie. These new tools are built to help you keep all that momentum rolling as we finish the year strong and kickstart 2026. Let us know which features you're most excited about. Feel free to chat in your thoughts for our team to take note of, or even tag us on social. Now, it is time to hand it over to Chris.
Thanks, Rachel. Okay, pros, we hope you're as excited for these updates as we are. I know I'm excited. And now this is the part that we most look forward to, and that's hearing from pros who have been testing these new features and updates. Everyone, let's welcome Amy Boatwright of Nobility Door and Tyler Bork of Go HVAC. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us today, guys. To start off, can you all introduce yourselves? Tell us what industry you work in and where you're located.
Sure, I'll go first. My name's Amy Boatwright. I'm with Nobility Door, and we are based out of southeastern Oklahoma. So we have storefronts in Ada, McAllister, and Kingston.
Awesome. Tyler, how about you? Where are you at?
My name's Tyler. I'm with Go HVAC. I am out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we do residential and commercial heating and ventilation and air conditioning.
Awesome. Thank you both for joining. You're both some amazing super pros. And Tyler, I'm going to start off with you. I've heard you talk about Blue On before. I know you're a big fan. What's your experience with Blue On, and why is it valuable for other pros?
Blue is just, it's a time saver. That's the most important thing about Blue that not a lot of people understand is you can take a picture. You don't even have to type it in, but you can take a picture of the model number and the serial number of a unit, and it actually pulls up the information for that system. Every single part that goes into it. It tells you universal parts that you can get from other manufacturers. It tells you all of the things you need to know for that system, and it even pulls up the manuals. That way you can go into even deeper troubleshooting. That is the best thing for time saving, not only for you as an owner or a manager, but for your company and your employees to save them time. Because if they get more efficient on their jobs, saves you money in your pocket.
Other than using this right away, what advice do you have for pros using Blue On? Any advice at all?
Be wary of the AI part because it's still in development and it's great, but the best, use the, make sure you train people on how to use it right though. Because if you just hop in there and you start scanning different codes, you won't know what you're looking at. You got to sit down and actually look at how the system was developed to be used. And some of the times you can sit down with some of these great folks from Housecall Pro and actually talk to them, and they can show you how it's actually going to be used the right way. And also, if you have a max plan, you can get with your person that, you can actually sit down and talk to specifically about how to use the product developments.
It's great advice. Use the upfront time and resources to get to know the tool before implementing. That'll make the most out of it, pros. Okay, Tyler, I want to shift over to neighborhood postcards. How has this feature helped you win new customers?
If you've ever used anything else like outside of Housecall Pro, it's kind of troublesome because you have to get all of your customers' profiles over to that, make sure that everything's right. And if you've had an experience like me, somebody typed into the Housecall Pro one thing that's not capitalized or it's lowercase when it likes to be capitalized in another system, and it aggravates the whole thing. But keeping everything in Housecall Pro like this, it makes it a lot simpler. And I mean, it's a postcard. It's something super simple. It goes straight to the neighborhoods, straight to the customer's house. And not a lot of people are doing those nowadays. They're focusing on Facebook ads and all these more digital places. You're having the opportunity of a lifetime to just get into Housecall Pro and use the postcard straight to your customers and to even new neighborhoods at this point.
That's great. Thank you, Tyler. Amy, I'm going to shift over to you. Let's talk about custom jobs, right? The Write It For Me feature. How does this help on estimates and invoices?
So we use Write It For Me in the description on services for our invoices. Sometimes our technicians aren't always the best with their words, and it just kind of helps make our image look better. And it helps save the office staff time from having to go in and edit what they typed. Yeah, it's just nice to have artificial intelligence there to make us all sound and look better in a quick manner.
Yeah, it sounds like that really makes an impact on retaining that brand. And I'm not very good with words either, so I feel like I wish I had a Write It For Me option myself. Okay, one thing we haven't talked about today yet that we didn't demo, but it's a big deal, is the missed call text response through our HCP voice. What are your thoughts about this?
Okay, I am obsessed with that feature. That was a big request from us. We had it with a prior company we used for our VoIP, and we missed it. And I am thrilled that Housecall Pro Voice has brought it to life. We get so many jobs, and when we miss a call, if someone calls at 7:30 at night and no one answers, it is so nice that the text goes out and we can customize it. So we always end with, is there anything we can help you with in the meantime? And they always reply back and say, oh yes, my spring broke, I need someone tomorrow. And so it's like no one even has to take the time to make the return phone call, go create the customer, all the things, because it did it for us. So we love that feature.
What I'm hearing today is a lot of minimizing human error, helping us better respond to our customers, all things that make a big impact. Okay, really quick, I want to do a lightning round. One sentence each. How do these updates help you finish strong this year? And Tyler, I'll go to you first. How do these updates help you finish strong this year?
Faster, more profitable, more efficient.
Love that. Amy, how about you?
Well, we plan on having our biggest year yet, and it's thanks to all the Housecall Pro updates and AI integrations and the auto reply texting. So
Amazing. Amazing. All right. Tyler, Amy, thank you so much. Okay, everyone, y'all, you heard it here from some of our sharpest, savviest super pros. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. We really do appreciate you so much. And pros, if you're not already a super pro, make sure to become one. We'll drop a link here in the chat. Our super pros get tons of benefits, among them getting to connect with great pros like Tyler and Amy right here.
Now it is time to take some questions from our pros. All right, we have a lot of questions coming through. I'm going to just get us started here. I have a question around leads. So Katie, this one is probably for you. It says, I'm confused. What's the difference between leads and pipeline?
Great question. So leads is where you track potential customers. You can add new leads. You see them all in one place in your leads list. And that list is going to help you stay organized for all those opportunities. Now, pipeline is the add-on that gives you a visual sales board to move those leads through each step of your sales process until you get a paid invoice. Think of leads as your contact list and pipeline as the tool to help you close the deal. One of the biggest benefits that you get from pipeline is that deep visibility and the automations that are going to take some of that work off of your plate to keep reaching out to those customers.
Okay, next question. This one is for Sunny around Bluon. Do I need a Bluon account to start using Bluon in Housecall Pro?
No, you don't need a Bluon account. So as long as you're a pro that is currently either on the 30-day trial, which we gave to all HVAC pros, or if you purchase the add-on, you can have access to Bluon without just a Bluon account. So, and it'll be accessible through the Housecall Pro app.
That's great. And one more question here around Bluon too. What's the difference between Bluon's master mechanic and something like ChatGPT?
Well, what ChatGPT doesn't have is the 135,000 real technician to technician troubleshooting calls. And they've already been QA'd by veteran technicians, each with 35 years of experience. So ChatGPT and other AI reference materials will reference things like Reddit or Wikipedia, leading to really inaccurate yet confident responses. But Master Mechanic is trained on the 135,000 calls and QA'd by veteran technicians like yourself.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Sunny. All right. Our next question is around global chat. So, Jillian, how does Housecall Pro support work with the new global chat experience?
Yeah, so the chat bubble is being replaced by this new global chat experience, but you'll still be able to access Housecall Pro support through the top of global chat. It's going to be pinned at the top alongside the AI team.
Awesome. Okay. And then will the new chat cover up our screen?
It won't. So we're making sure that the blue chat bubble doesn't conflict with the workspace. And the new global chat experience won't obstruct anything. So those chat windows can be popped out and overlays on top of the workspace, but you can also minimize and close those too.
Great. Thanks, Jillian. Okay. And then on the accounting side, I'm going to do some accounting, time tracking, and commission questions here. Do I have to categorize every transaction?
This is a tricky question. So yes, technically you need to categorize every transaction that your bookkeeper flags for review, but ideally that shouldn't be many of your transactions. So as you onboard into Housecall Pro accounting, you have your initial onboarding call with your bookkeeper. They get to know you and your business such that they won't have to ask questions on every single transaction. They'll be able to categorize the bulk of them on your behalf. And then as you answer those questions for the bookkeeper, they'll ask you even less than they would when you first sign up for accounting. So while yes, it's true, you have to categorize every single one that the bookkeeper flags for you, that won't be every single transaction that runs through your business, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Okay. And then do I still need to use QuickBooks if I have Housecall Pro accounting?
Yeah, this is a common question that we get. So no, you do not. This is a replacement for QuickBooks. So not an add-on to QuickBooks. So if you're using QuickBooks today, you're looking to maybe switch, maybe you want a dedicated bookkeeper instead of doing it yourself inside of QuickBooks, Housecall Pro is a great alternative to that. We'll set you up with a dedicated bookkeeper. They will do a lot of the work on your behalf, as I just mentioned. And if you do have some previously categorized transactions, you've been handling your books in QuickBooks, we can help you port all of that data over so that way you can start fresh with your new bookkeeper.
Perfect. All right, and this one's for time tracking. Can I use time tracking if I'm not enrolled in payroll?
Yes, you can. So time tracking is a product that is available to all pros, even those not on Housecall Pro payroll today. The nuance there is that the features that I showed today, those are going to be available for early access for our payroll users only. Those will then get rolled out to all pros in the new year, with the exception of kind of that seamless payroll processing. So in order to be able to push that data to payroll inside of Housecall Pro payroll, you need Housecall Pro payroll, but as I showed, you're able to export that data. So if you're not a Housecall Pro payroll customer, never fear, you're still able to export that data and import it into, your payroll provider of choice.
Great. And one other one here. Am I right that you removed the total hours and minutes from each time period?
We did do that. This was very intentional. What we had found is that pros were incorrectly putting in the hours and minutes into their payroll provider, either inside of Housecall Pro payroll or outside, and incorrectly paying their team. So by converting that to a decimal instead of hours and minutes, it just kind of removes confusion and that room for error. So very intentional move on our part. You can still get to that by adding up all of the data. But again, wanted to make sure that the decimals were what were clear, so that way you're paying your team correctly.
And then for commission, a couple commission questions. Did you fix the issues with reporting? I need to be able to see the breakdown per field tech, not just the breakdown by job.
Yes, this is probably the number one piece of feedback that we get and was the number one thing that we look to tackle in this new iteration. So I previewed this in the demo. So if you missed it, go back and watch it. But it will still show the totals by job, but then there's a drop down that you can select that will then show the totals by team. When you go to export that, it will also have it broken out by team member. So you'll be able to see commissions paid to each person, not just the total on the job.
Got it. And then one last question for commissions. Does this integrate with Housecall Pro payroll?
It doesn't yet. We are very excited to start work on that. We're beginning that later this quarter. So going to take us a bit of time to make that work, but high priority for us and hoping to have that available in the new year.
Thanks, Christine. All right, those are the questions for you. And we have one question about postcards, maybe a few questions. Katie, how does the targeting work for neighborhood postcards? Can I target by household income?
Great question. For now, you can send postcards to homes around a completed job, so you can easily reach that whole neighborhood and nearby homeowners. You'll be able to target potential prospects using different household details. Think like income, age, and even size. And we will continue to add more criteria so that you can target future customers like a pro. So stay on the lookout as we keep improving postcards every quarter, and add in the comments what you'd like to see next.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thanks, Katie. All right, that concludes our QA portion. And that's all the time we have for questions today. But I know many of you have a lot of questions. So if any of your questions today were not answered, feel free to always go to the chat We will also be sending a follow-up email to all of our attendees today with email links to direct you to all the products you've seen. You can also visit the URL we're chatting right now to view all the new release products. There's more than the ones that we demoed today. There's a ton of them that you guys gave feedback on and we've been able to build over the last few months. So even though we didn't showcase them today, go check them out. And then mark your calendars for December 4th. We'll be diving deeper into products showcasing these demos today that you saw, but also hosting experts and a special guest. Many of you might know, his name is Mike Rowe, will be joining us. So tune in. We're really excited about this one. You can register for that upcoming event via the link we're chatting now. It's just housecallpro.com/summit25. And then I just want to thank all of you who participated, from our incredible super pros to our product experts to you. Thank you for joining us. We're already at work behind the scenes making improvements to existing products and creating new features that will help you run and grow your business. Thanks, everybody.